Hi there, my name's Marissa from Active Life, and today I'm just going to practice some calm breath work with you. And this is a tool you can use to help you relax, maybe focus more if you're feeling slightly stressed, and just give yourself 5 minutes to take yourself out of a situation. As human beings, we have two sides to our nervous system. We have our sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight, and our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest, digest, rest, relax. So quite often we find ourselves nowadays constantly in our fight or flight, and it's really good to take a few moments to reignite the parasympathetic nervous system, the calming one that helps us calm down, helps to lower our blood pressure. So we're going to start today by asking you to take a comfortable seated position. If you need to sit on a chair, that's fine. Ideally, it's quite nice to have your knees below your hips and just sit with a nice tall spine. But if you do need to lie down, that's fine too. Just find a place where you can sit and preferably hold your position. So just find that place and just start by allowing yourself to feel secure in your seat or your place on the floor. Just feel yourself heavy, know that you're not going anywhere. And then I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Just bring your focus now to the breath going in. Just notice how it feels at the very tip of your nose as it goes in and out. You may notice the coolness of the breath as it just licks in through the nostrils, and then as it comes back out, it's warmed by you. So you might start to notice the softness of the breath in the nose. Take a moment to feel how soft it feels. And then start to take that softness down through the nose, through the throat. So it fills your entire body, all the way out to the fingers, the toes, and the crown of the head. Take a moment to enjoy this softness, this nice, soft feeling. And now we're going to take a few moments to work on the length of the breath, because if we can make the breath last a little bit longer, it really helps with that rest, relax mode I mentioned earlier. So start by counting how long your inhalation is. And there's no right or wrong count. You may be breathing in for 2, you may be for 3, 4, 5. If you're not sure, 3 is always a good number to start. So you'll be counting in, 2, 3. Now the breath should not be forced, it should just be natural. So just allow that breath to happen naturally. And now make the count of the exhalation, the out breath, the same. So if your count is at 3, it will mean that you breathe in for 3 and out for 3. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. So just sit with that practice for a moment. With the focus, try to hold the same seated position. Okay, you can briefly open your eyes and let that practice go for a moment. So what we're going to work on now is to make that breath even deeper, even longer. So we need to do that by not forcing the breath, but we're going to work with our muscles in our body to help the breath longer. So we're going to work on opening our body. So if you will, we're going to imagine a balloon inside of us, and that will help us to think about the expansion and the contraction. So I'm going to ask you to make a diamond shape of the fingers so the thumbs touch and the first two fingers, and you're going to place them over your belly button. And when you breathe in, you'll feel the belly expand. Now it might be that the fingers come apart and go back together. Don't worry if they don't. So we're going to start there, and then I'm going to talk you through the rest of the practice. So once again, join the thumb and the first finger, make a diamond, place them over your tummy with the fingers pointing down. Relax the arms, close the eyes, and start once again by focusing on the breath just at the tip of the nose. Start to notice the sensation and then its softness like we did before. And when you're ready, you can start working into your equal breath count. So once again, if the breath was at 3 going in, it will be at 3 going out. So establish that count: in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. You carry on with your count, and what I want you to do now as you're carrying on is to imagine that balloon inside of you. So you might have been having the hands expand on the tummy, and you might have been pushing out the tummy in the front. I don't really want there to be a force, but it's a good way to start establishing that field that you're working with in your core. So yes, the tummy will expand in the front, but now imagine that balloon is pushing out through the sides and out through your back. So you can either leave the hands where they are, drop them to the knees, carrying on with your count. Imagine that 3-dimensional balloon inflating inside of your tummy, pushing out not just at the front, but at the sides and at the back. So don't force it, just try to use the muscles to make the space, and the breath will come naturally. Because now I'm going to ask you to add a count to that breath. So you'll breathe in for 4 if your count was 3. If your count's already at 5, make it till 6. So breathe in, expand through your core, through your inside. Feel the balloon inflate and deflate. And it's the muscles that help the breath. You shouldn't be able to hear your breath. The breath is natural here. There should be no forcing. So hopefully our count has expanded by 1 beat. And we can feel that balloon inflating and deflating. Inflating and deflating. Out, in, out, in. Keep the eyes closed and work with that practice. I'm going to now ask you to add yet another beat to that breath work. Now don't struggle with it. If it doesn't come naturally, stay where you are. Start with the inhalation and then you work on the exhalation to match. So you can imagine that balloon inflating inside of you, starting down in the tummy and expanding the side ribs, expanding all the way up into the armpits, into the chest, into the top of the spine behind you. Try to have that breath slow, natural, easy. Once again, expanding from the tummy, front, back, sides, ribs, front, back, sides, three-dimensional object. So from the very center of your being outwards. Once again, keeping the eyes closed. You may feel ready to add yet one more beat, or you may just stay as you are now. When you practice this again, remember you can build on your practice. Just 5 minutes a day will help. Okay, keep the eyes closed. We're going to let that practice stop there. Just rest the hands in the lap and just sit for a moment with the eyes closed. No longer thinking about the count, just allowing yourself to sit in your breath. Slowly, gently open your eyes. Just take as long as you need. Stay seated for a few more minutes. Or you can just take a moment to register how your body feels, how your mind feels. Hopefully that's calmed you down. Hopefully that's helped you to focus, to deal with any tasks you might need to deal with today, however big or small. Take care, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed that calm breath session. Bye.